For years now, the entire scientific community has been engaged in a debate on the possibility of occupying Mars. While Elon Musk has ceaselessly reaffirmed his commitment to this idea, consistently stating his desire to colonize the red planet, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the plans of the SpaceX founder to colonize Mars. So before we begin, take your time to like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more premium content. Now, let's begin. Believing that NASA wasn't doing enough to get people to Mars and considering that Earth might eventually become an uninhabitable wasteland, Elon Musk founded SpaceX, the rocket company making waves today. In case you haven't noticed, Mars is one of the closest habitable planets to Earth. Although it is about 140 million miles away, it still receives decent sunlight and cold, which humans can easily warm up. By compressing the Mars atmosphere, humans can grow plants. And mind you, the atmosphere is primarily CO2, with some nitrogen and argon. While the day length on Earth is 24 hours, Mars has a day length of 24 hours and 37 minutes. As a matter of fact, the gravity on Mars is about 38% of what it is on Earth. Studies have shown that humans can adapt and survive on Mars, but Elon Musk mentioned in an interview that the first humans there would indeed die, but only after they have successfully completed their Mars exploration and lived out their life. Apart from the fact that the journey to Mars will take about 6 months, it will require around 1,000 spaceships and 1 million tons of vitamin C to make life on Mars sustainable. Elon Musk believes that life on Mars can only be achievable if there is a self-sustaining city there. One of the major obstacles to Mars occupation is the ships and their need for resupply. The issue of ships coming down to Earth from Mars after landing there has been a topic of discussion for years, even with NASA confirming that their supplies for the planet will not be for tourist travels, but for the continuation of life there. The sustainability of life on Mars depends on how much is needed for colonization. Given that the planet is slightly different from Earth, those who find themselves on Mars might experience some difficulty, especially without enough supplies to last them for their intended stay. Interestingly, SpaceX hopes to send up a Starship on the back of the Super Heavy booster, which Musk refers to as the Big Effing Rocket or BFI, carrying nearly 13 tons into space. SpaceX claims ownership of the most powerful rocket booster in the world, the Falcon Heavy, which is why the BFR is necessary. The BFR will be able to carry a few hundred tons to space, with the eventual goal being 1,000 tons. The BFR is planned to be 25 stories high with about 42 powerful Raptor engines, which can lift an entire Boeing 747. In his plans to colonize the red planet, Elon Musk outlined that the BFR will push the Starship into space and connect to a similar booster already in place to provide support throughout the journey to Mars. The Starship transportation system to Mars is expected to allow each launch of SpaceX's reusable Starship rockets about 3 times per day on average, carrying a 100-ton payload on each flight. With approximately 1,000 flights per year, each carrying 100 tons of cargo, a total of 100,000 tons of cargo will be in orbit, ready for delivery to Mars. 1,000 Starships could send around 100,000 people every 26 months from Earth to Mars, as that is when the orbits are best aligned for interplanetary travel. Earth and Mars align and get close to each other only once every 2 years, which creates a window for quick passage. While most of the fuel will be consumed by each ship flying into orbit around Earth, several other tanker spaceships could launch and refill the carriers with more fuel to reach the destination, Mars. As the SpaceX team is working hard to build the Starship system, the landing on Mars could take place in 2022 or 2023. Clearly, Elon Musk has stated that the human invasion of Mars will not happen anytime soon. However, he mentioned that compared to Earth, there will be plenty of jobs, including direct democracy where inhabitants will make decisions for themselves, with fewer and much less complicated laws than on Earth. As for food, it will be grown on solar-powered hydroponic farms located underground or in an enclosed structure. Regarding the landing zone of the Starship, studies have shown that it will be near subsurface water and ice deposits. This location is strategically chosen to receive enough sunlight for solar panels to power the colony. The refueling of the spaceships will be done using the resources found on Mars. The SpaceX ships use liquid methane and liquid oxygen as fuel, which can be recreated on Mars using the Sabatier process. This type of fuel makes it easier to reuse rocket boosters for a longer period, as it burns cleanly. The process uses nickel as the agent to synthesize methane from atmospheric carbon dioxide, and it can easily be extracted from water ice located on Mars. To generate a useful amount of fuel on Mars, it will take approximately 26 months. According to SpaceX engineers, the necessary power to make the Saboteur process work will require about 56,600 square meters of ground-based solar panels, which can be moved to Mars in a single Starship. At this point, I'm not sure if you're aware of Elon Musk's Boring Company on Earth, which hopes to tackle the issue of transportation. It's believed that the Boring Company will not be left out of this colonization effort, as it will first need to dig the Mars surface to access subsurface water. Furthermore, to keep the human colonies safe from harsh ionizing radiation, initial settlements might need to be organized in deep subsurface artificial encampments. How do you think connection with the colonists on Mars will be maintained? Let us know your answers in the comments section. With the Starlink satellite system, which will open communication paths between both planets, it shouldn't be a surprise to know that Elon Musk might also use autonomous vehicles like cars or trucks to carry out distant and difficult missions for the colonists. Although this has not been explicitly stated, these vehicles might even be used to move products for refueling on the surface of Mars. For a fact, we do know that Musk really wants the first starships to be filled with machines and cargo necessary for the future missions. These equipments are necessary for humans to build enough sustainable facilities to generate power, tweak the Martian air, gather water, and transform raw resources into oxygen and methane fuel for safe return launches to Earth. The first 2 uncrewed starships will confirm the water resources on Mars and explore locations that pique interest. They will also determine the possible effects of future hazards, what those hazards might be, and set up necessary infrastructure for further exploration, including a potential launching pad for subsequent crewed spaceships. Let's assume the first reconnaissance launches are successful. SpaceX could move forward and send human starships to Mars. The first starships, however, will serve as residences for astronauts during further evaluations. This might even reduce the complexity of the mission by removing the immediate need to build habitats on Mars. Elon Musk also stated that a Mars base could be completed by 2028, though many life support experts have expressed doubts. They don't believe the necessary technologies for life will be ready, not to mention the establishment of a permanent city for colonization. But we all know Elon Musk, and he has a knack for achieving the seemingly impossible. For the Red Planet, he aims to create a backup for humans once life on Earth becomes unbearable. To transform Mars into a similar world to Earth, Elon Musk once mentioned nuking Mars. However, the images on SpaceX's website of a rusty red planet turning into an Earth-like world suggest a hypothetical process of terraforming. While this type of climate change is deliberate, it suggests that Mars could be morphed into a wet and warm world, far better suited for continuous human colonization, if the carbon dioxide-rich ice caps on Mars can be melted. NASA, however, does not believe lasting terraforming is possible, as there may not be enough trapped gases to sustain a comfortable planetary atmosphere. Compared to Earth, Mars has less than 1% of atmospheric density, making it similar to a vacuum. Currently, SpaceX is building its first set of Starship orbital vehicles and conducting tests in a South Texas facility, very close to Earth's core. From this facility in Boca Chica, Texas, many test flights of Starship prototypes have been launched, and more tests are being prepared for the near future. The colonization of Mars will likely take years, but in the end, it will surely be worth the wait. Thank you for watching.